pick one, what would you pick? Would you rather be single and successful or a happily married housewife? Let's start with you. Single and successful, happily married housewife. Georgia.
Yeah, I'm the one that always says a bit of both, so I don't think there's an absolute truth.
All right, next. Single and successful or happily married housewife?
Happily married housewife.
Okay, and this is a porno star.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's married.
By the way, where can we see your work? It's on the internet? Okay. You?
A happily married housewife.
Happily married housewife.
Same thing.
Happily married housewife. Janelle?
I'm obviously married and happy.
Okay.
Housewife.
Housewife.
Single and successful.
And how old are you again?
23.
Janelle, at what point is that going to change? What age?
30.
30.
30,
Okay.
33.
23. I always
Right
say.
around the time they start buying their own drinks.
Exactly. Okay. Gotcha.
Adam.
See, there's always an epiphany phase. Yeah.
The question is, who hurt you?
Oh, no one.
Single and successful, happily married housewife.
I've been single and successful right now, happily married housewife.
What's your current relationship status?
Single.
Single. How old are you again?
37.
Okay. And what's your game plan to get you to get married?
I've had my success on my own. I wanted that. So I fully believe that women, like everything's distorted right now, but we need to recalibrate masculine and feminine. I used to run things at an office. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing that, right? I think women are expected to be up in the, they're running companies, they're in the house running their families. That's exhausting. We're not supposed to be doing that. I'm all for empowering women in a career if they choose that, and I support that, but you cannot have both and not be exhausted.
Give me your name again.
Sarah.
Sarah, here's why I fully agree with you. Because we're kind of around the same age. I know a lot of girls your age, late 30s, early 40s, who've made their money, and they're wondering, what the fuck happened to me?
Yeah.
Okay? So walk me through the mindset, and like, what would you tell this girl right here next to you? Say hi to Maria. By the way, something I know about Maria is one time I asked her, we were at model volleyball, and I was like, rate yourself 1 through 10 on the crazy scale. She goes, oh, 11. Okay, I was like, okay, got it. I know Maria now. What's your advice to this girl so she doesn't end up, no offense, like you, 37, single, successful, but wants to be married?
Look, if I wanted to be married 10 years ago, I could have been.
No doubt.
It's not that I didn't want that. Saying I chose the path I chose for my own specific reason. I think everyone chooses their path. But for you, I think you should pursue what makes you happy until you feel fulfilled enough to be a partner to someone. Because if you don't and you become someone's partner too soon, you're going to regret not ever doing something.
Yeah.
Some people hit that point at 22. Some people hit it at 35. And that's not for anyone to determine what's right or wrong. It's like you with 3 girlfriends. Good for you and them. They chose that.
I have a question for you real quick.
Yeah.
If you could turn back the hands of time.
Me?
Yeah. And go back and give up your success, knowing the knowledge that you have now, the wisdom that you have now.
Yeah.
Right? You've experienced a career, you have the money, so you have that 20/20 hindsight. If you could go back in time and be in a state where, let's be honest here, you're more marketable to get the man that you truly want, would you do it?
I think that's complicated because right now, I was very, very much more of a tomboy and more of a masculine energy when I was in my 20s.
No, but with the mindset that you have now,
yeah,
let's be honest. I mean, let's be brutally honest here. Once a woman hits 30 plus, your ability to command force in the marketplace and get the man that you truly want and keep him is almost diminished. So knowing the knowledge that you have now, right? You've experienced the success. You got 20/20 hindsight. You have the wisdom you have now, 20 years prior. Would you move differently? Would you not have chased that same career?
So I would move differently in that I would shorten what I did. I didn't want kids from a young age. I still do not want kids. So that didn't determine my trajectory.
You don't want kids?
No, I don't. I do not. Wow. I love children. I don't need any of my own.
At what age did you determine you don't want kids?
I've never wanted them.
Okay. What percentage of women do you think agree with you?
I don't think it's a choice that I've made personally.
So what percentage of women do you think agree with you?
I think it's probably pretty low of
what percentage?
People that don't want kids.
Percentage of women that do not want kids.
I don't know, girls. Like probably.
25.
Raise your hand on the panel if you want to have kids at some point in your life.
I'm gonna have more. I have one and I want
Ladies.
more.
I would get.
You don't want kids?
I don't know.
I didn't.
You don't know?
Me too.
Okay.
I didn't
You better
until
figure
like
that thing
23.
out. How old are you again?
You get older.
32.
Yeah, you better start thinking about that,
You
baby.
guys are going to.
Okay,
eventually.
ladies on the panel back there, show of hands who don't want kids.
When it's too
don't want
late.
kids.
So, and here's the
So
interesting.
90% of women want kids.
So-
By the way, men, raise your hand if you guys want kids. Okay.
Yeah, that's like almost the whole audience.
Raise your hand if you don't want kids as a man. So every man for a couple.
There's like
Okay,
3.
raise your hands if you think you'd be a good father. Okay, look at all these men out here.
But
Okay. Raise your hands if you think you'd be an absentee father. Yeah. Ladies, avoid these two motherfuckers in the front row. Avoid these two.
Can I say one?
This guy's like, I already am an absentee father. I'm here today. Hanging out. Go ahead,
Can
Myra.
I say
Something
one thing
very
though about the
interesting. So, like,
kids?
so for her, right? And I don't mean to pick on you here with this.
No,
like
I
she
wasn't.
would do things differently and still, have went ahead and got in a relationship. I guarantee you, it would be even more strong in her mind that I would want that relationship early on if she
Yes.
wanted children.
But
So,
I
like-
also would have done it earlier, even with my current life. That's my point. I
Yeah.
did that for too long to where I'm
I'm saying you
burned
don't
out.
even have the children
Yeah.
stimuli and you still want it.
But-
But I'm arguing like if you wanted the children, it would have been even stronger in your mind
stronger.
that, wow, I should have settled in like younger.
Here's my thing about kids. I love them. I've dated mostly men with kids. I just never had the biological urge to have my own. I didn't close the door. I just thought someday it would come. It never did.
I appreciate what you're saying. Thank
Very
you.
honest.
I'm doing some basic math. You're of the minority in this discussion.
I agree.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, question for you: do you think FOMO is a real thing for women, like FOMO?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But I also don't at the same time because I'm doing things now that I didn't get to do in my 30s.
Like what?
Well, my early 30s rather. Like I moved back to Miami from California, where I worked 70, 80-hour weeks just to get ahead, because that's what you did. And I was fucking miserable. Sorry.
You were what?
I was miserable because I was trying to do what society said people did.
Well, I
in
think
my
it's
career.
fair to say men were born and built to work. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know any man who's like, just tired, bro. Like, I know a lot of women who are like, get me out of this fucking workforce.
Yeah, that's
And that's
where
the
I'm at
problem
now.
is that at some point, sometimes it might hit you when you're 37 years old.
Well-
I'd rather learn that when I'm 27.
Women's
that doesn't mean
hormones
you
are
will.
designed to work like
What's
that.
that?
Our hormones are constantly fluctuating differently than men. We're not designed to be in that 8 to 5 or 9 to whatever it was,
Yeah,
9 to
no.
10 rat race. We're just
We're not.
Gotcha.
But she did it because of societal,
society
modern
pressure.
feminism. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you, modern feminism.
Thanks for
all
ruining
that.
it for
Clap
us.
it up for modern feminism.
Come on, guys.
Just kidding. By the way, can we just go to the couch real quick? I want the ladies on the couch to get some FaceTime. I appreciate you ladies being here. The question I asked was, single and successful or happily married housewives? Pick one.
I would like to be happily married. If that were to never happen, obviously single and successful.
Way to be very diplomatic. I want both. Go ahead.
Happily married and successful. Don't fight me. Don't fight me.
She just contradicts herself
Ladies,
all the time.
I was very clear.
Even on
you
the
have
show.
to pick one. Okay?
Women's emotions change too much. They can't.
That's
Single and successful until I'm 30 because I study way too much right now to not become successful.
How old are you now?
22.
Okay.
Question
got
for you:
some time.
Do you think you'll still be able to command the same love man at 30 years old as you can command now at 22?
I think I can command that man right now to wait for me when I'm 30.
Oh shoot!
Oh, shit, man.
What did she say?
She said she could command that guy to wait for,
To
for
wait
8 years.
8 years.
She's
You
doing
do realize that the guy that you want isn't going to wait or be on your time, right?
Well, I don't know who that guy is right now, but I know I'm going to meet a guy when I'm 30. Are you going to tell me I'm going to change dramatically at 30?
Well,
At
here's the
8
thing.
years?
yes.
If
yes.
did you not say you want a man that's a leader earlier?
Huh?
Okay, if I hold off if I want to get with you when you're at your peak and I hold off on that, that quite literally puts you in the leadership role, and I've effectively relinquished my leadership role. And you're
So
going
do
to
you
not
think
respect
I
me.
should just drop out of law school and get married and just get kids?
Do it.
I'm not. Here's the thing.
to say anything.
No.
When it comes to in your particular situation, what I am saying is that find a guy while you're in law school and be prepared. Like, hey, you want to get your degree? I have no problem with women that want to chase a degree and get educated, whatever it may be. That's fine. But that comes second to your man and your family. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with women having a backup plan, but you need to also be realistic and understand that your success isn't going to make you more attractive to the man that you want. And here's the thing, you're about to be a lawyer. You're going to be a higher earner. You're going to be in that top, 15% of earners in the United States. You're going to want a guy who's on your level, if not better. And those guys aren't necessarily concerned with your status and your income. And I think this is one of the biggest things that women don't understand that are educated and successful.
Yeah, if I can add to that, what's the girl's name again?
Tony.
Yeah. Dude, if you're in law school, you're smart, you're an attractive girl, get your degree. It's all good. What I'm gonna do is take a line from Patrick Bet-David, my CEO. Shout out to PBD in the house. Okay. By the way, thank you, PBD, for what he's done. He's going to be in the back of the cigar lounge with the VIPs afterwards. He's probably back there right now. Maybe if he's nice, he'll make an appearance here. We'll see. But PBD wrote a book, Wall Street Journal bestseller, called Your Next 5 Moves. And the centerpiece of the book was, who do you want to be? So the question to you, was it Tony?
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, who do you want to be? So you're going to go through law school. I get it. I fully agree with Myron. Get your degree. All good. But, not to throw lovely Sarah under the bus, do you want to be 37, a successful lawyer, still single, but you're doing great in law? You work for Greenberg Traurig down here in Miami.
Go, Queen.
Or do you want to actually be married and have kids? And you can still be a lawyer, but you might have to put that on the back burner to support your man. So
yeah, absolutely. My first question is, how many 22-year-old guys do you think want to get married right now? Because I think in the general census, they want to get married.
You don't want a 22-year-old.
Well, because I'm 22 years old, so when I say I'm ready to get married at 30, I think most men my age are going to be ready to get married at 30, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you don't want a guy that's 22. So let's say you meet this guy that's 30.
I want a guy that's at 30 when I'm 30. So when I'm ready to get married, most men will be ready to get married.
A guy that's 30 doesn't want a woman that's 30. They want younger women.
Well, maybe what I wanted at 20 and I wanted at 30 is very different than what I wanted at 40.
Say it again. Let her
what I wanted at 20 and what I wanted at 30, and now that I'm 40, are completely different.
Walk us through your mindset. What's the difference?
So when you're...
And listen, ladies, here's where you should listen and stop talking. Listen to the 40-year-old on the panel, okay?
At 20, you're looking short term, right? You're looking what's right now, what your life's going to look like, how you can party, how you can move on, you can go to school, you can do all of that. 30s, you're starting to look at family. You're starting to look, I chose very wrong in my 30s, very wrong, and he started to take on the less masculine role, and that's when I filed for divorce. I wasn't happy being with somebody that was going to allow me to make all the decisions. But now at 40, I want somebody that's going to be a leader and it's going to show me like
now that you're 40.
Yeah. Now that I'm 40, I want somebody that's more commanding and more like.
So you're 40. What's the likelihood? Put some odds on this thing, Gigi.
I'm not single, baby.
What's that?
I'm not. Well, I was answering him. I'm not single.
Okay.
So.
She's married.
Yeah.
You're married right now?
She has somebody now, yeah.
And what does he think about the fact that you're a porno star?
He supports it completely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be candid. Let's be candid. When she was in her 20s, that guy probably wouldn't have been your first choice.
What's that?
I said, being candid here, the guy that you're currently with now probably wouldn't have been your first choice when you were at your peak in your 20s.
So I actually knew him back when we had
Proves my point even further.
Yep.
I went from one marriage to another one.
Yeah,
so,
but you kept him there because you knew what it was. You're basically, you did the same strategy that the lawyer girl is trying to exercise now. What I'm saying is that the man that you want is not going to wait because other women are knocking at his door. Okay. He's in demand. He can replace you. And I don't think women understand that once you go up the totem pole of success when it comes to the male hierarchy, you have less and less and less leverage. So you got to be on his program. He says, hey, I'm ready to do this right now. Fuck your law school. You need to go ahead and jump on that wagon right then and there because if you don't, somebody else will. And I don't think women understand there's plenty of beautiful women. There's plenty of girls that will fall in line. There's a new girl turning 18 every single day, and the thing that women don't get is that it's extremely easy to satisfy a man, but it is not extremely easy to satisfy a woman. So understand that you don't have leverage, but we live in this crazy world where women think that they have leverage. You guys really don't. The man picks you, you don't pick him.
Well, they say that
that was easy.
What is it? A man can attain a woman, but a woman must retain the man.
So guy game is being able to attain a girl. The more game you have, the more you can attain. It's the woman's job to keep you. So with Miss the lawyer here, 22, the future lawyer.
Tony.
Like 20? No, 22, right?
Yeah.
Tony 22.
Yeah.
Tony,
so here's the thing: you're in a career field that's going to have you arguing all the time, working long hours. You're gonna have to take on some masculine traits, especially if you want to make partner, etc., which is all great. But understand that your career is going to make you a less desirable woman to the very man that you want. The more argumentative, the more dominant, the more masculine a woman is, the more the man has to elevate his masculinity to overpower that.
Or she has to go with the beta.
Or you're gonna have to get with a pussy, which you're not gonna like.
Unless she can figure out how to separate work and home. If you can be submissive at home to your man,
you can do both.
And a leader at
not
work.
Really. That's a lie. Because here's the thing: hyper successful people, A-type personalities, they're successful because they can't turn it off.
I can.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, you can't because
Speaking
Wait,
of,
doesn't Jedediah say that she can turn it off? I'm pretty sure Jedediah does
the
turn it
reason
off,
why people are
right?
successful, right? A-type personality guys, you're talking about millionaires, whatever it may be, they don't turn it off. They work at all times. You can't turn it off. That's a lie. It's
hard to do. It's very hard to do. Speaking of women becoming more masculine and men becoming more feminine, you guys have gained worldwide notoriety